Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Out's here, and it is Thursday, and it seems like it's so dark. I'll open this again. There we go. We're doing a game against the Lakers tonight here at Scotiabank Arena. Maybe the last game that LeBron plays in Toronto. Who knows? Is this his last year? I have no idea. LeBron seemed like he's been close to retirement for a few years now. When is the retirement tour happening? Is it happening this year? I don't know. In some ways, some people say, don't talk about that, Lex. We don't want LeBron to retire. Well, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. And that's why, a lot of people become the game tonight just to see him because they want to see him before he's, hangs it up. We got late word yesterday that Luka is not playing today because of personal reasons. There's been a lot of press in the last couple of days about the relationship between Luka Doncic and Darko Rajakovic. Somebody asked Darko at practice in the interview yesterday, how do you know Luka? And when did you become friends with Luka and all this stuff? Why is Luka so important to you? Well, Darko does really care about Luka a lot. He thinks he's one of the top 3 players in the world, and he speaks very highly of him. Darko went off for about 5 minutes talking about his connection to Luka. He met Luka when Luka was like 14 years old in Spain, and Luka was playing in EuroLeague, and he was killing it already when he was really, really young, like 14. And Darko was a coach who influenced him at that time. Actually, kind of like was a part of coaching him. So there's an interesting thing with Coach Rajakovic and Luka Doncic. Even though he's Slovenian and he's Serbian, there's still a connection, and there's a path where they were together a long time ago, like over 10 years ago, and there's still a strong affinity. So I'm wondering, Luka's out for personal reasons? Maybe he personally doesn't want to play against Darko. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, Doncic will not be playing tonight, which is really helpful to the Raptors to possibly win, obviously. Because if you ask me, Luka is the best player on the Lakers. For sure. For sure. Right now, Luka's the best player on the Lakers. That's going to disappoint a lot of fans that want to go to the game just to see Luka, too. As much as there's fans that are going to come just to see LeBron, there's a lot of fans that would come just to see Luka. But my name is Luka, and I live on the I'm not coming to play tonight second floor. I live downstairs from you. I guess maybe you've seen me before. Yeah, you've seen me before playing Toronto, but not tonight. That's right, Luka. My name is Luka. Suzanne Vega. Woo-wee! All right, let's go check out the injuries. All right, Marcus Smart is the other name on the Lakers list. He has a back injury. He will not play against the Raptors tonight. So no Marcus Smart. And as I said, Luka will not play tonight also due to personal reasons. So who are the Lakers this year? So hyped. They're 15-5, right? They've done pretty good. Now, I looked at their record, and they've been playing cream puffs. Some people say that about our schedule too, but they've been playing easier teams too, just so you know. And their record is a little enhanced from that. Yeah, a lot of games against the Pelicans and stuff like that. Yeah, going on right now. So, yeah, Luka's out. So I'm guessing that Gabe Vincent might start in his place. Maybe they'll start Bronny in his place. I don't know. They could put Bronny in the lineup just for fun. Of course, they have Austin Reeves still, one of the most overrated players in the NBA, as far as I'm concerned. Rui Hachimura at small forward. LeBron James starts at power forward these days, guys. And then, of course, the enigma that is DeAndre Ayton at the center position. Yeah, this is a weird team, man. Off the bench, they got Jake LaRavia, Maxi Kleber, Jackson Hayes, Bronny James, Dalton Connect. That guy's still on this team? How does that dude? Dalton Connect got traded, but then he didn't get traded. And it's just a weird awkwardness, isn't it? Isn't it at this point? Nick Smith Jr. also on this team. Jared Vanderbilt is still around. Adu Turio is on this team also. And then a guy they dropped Koloko for. They waived Christian Koloko to pick up Drew Timme, the man who looks like he plays at the rec league at the Y. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, the Lakers are a weird team, man. They've got a lot of interesting bigs that are not kind of they're like Kleber and Hayes and DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, and that Timmy guy. We'll have to see if Timmy does anything tonight. He's annoying, but yeah, Bronny James, y'all. Let's watch LeBron's son play today. That's right. So yeah, the Lakers 15-5. As I said, they've been beating teams that are not the greatest. Let's see who they've beaten so far this year. They beat Minnesota in LA. They beat Sacramento in Sacramento. They beat Minnesota in Minnesota. They beat Memphis in Memphis. They beat the Heat at home. They beat the Trailblazers. They have beaten the Spurs. They've beaten Charlotte. They've beaten New Orleans again, Milwaukee, Utah twice, the Clippers, Dallas Mavericks, New Orleans again. And yeah, that's who all they've beaten. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know how to take this. Let's give them another L tonight. That's how we'll take it. The Raptors are listing this on their injury list. Of course, RJ Barrett is still out right now. We're still awaiting word on an update on his knee. And they announced yesterday that Yak will be sitting tonight against the Lakers and will be available against the Hornets tomorrow on Friday. This is the inverse of what they did last weekend with the Hornets and the Knicks. They played Yak against the Hornets and didn't have him for the Knicks. And it seems like this. And Josh Lewinberg's on Blue Sky saying, what are the Raptors doing? Saving Jakob for the easier matchup than the harder matchup. I think it has to do with Kalkbrenner. I really do think that it has to do with Kalkbrenner. The Kalkbrenner, as a rookie, is just coming in this league, and he's just such a big, powerful dude as far as height. And in some ways, they don't respect DeAndre Ayton, I guess. And Cat, I don't know. Maybe Scotty wants to guard the big man. Maybe Scotty wants to play DeAndre, and he feels like he can kick his ass. Wasn't there a little fracas between Scotty and DeAndre Ayton at one point? I think there was, where Scotty got in DeAndre's face. So, alas, Jakob Poeltl will not be playing tonight against the Lakers, and Scotty Barnes should be playing at center against DeAndre Ayton tonight. So, just a little note there. Let's see what else is going on with the Raptors here. So I will speculate if Jakob is out and RJ are out, then we're going to see Jacoby Walter and Colin Murray-Boyles probably in the starting lineup with Emmanuel, Brandon, and Scotty. So I could see Jacoby continuing to start because he's starting in the place of RJ. And maybe Colin Murray-Boyles comes in and plays at the power forward alongside Scotty up front in tonight's game. We'll have to see. Maybe Sandro starts instead too. That could be possible, where they put Mamu Kelashvili at the center to start and Scotty at the power forward. We'll just have to see how Darko handles it. But it's already known. No Jakob Poeltl tonight, guys, just so you know. All right, let's see. We got our referees. Let's go ahead and do the ref check right now. The replay center tonight, David Guthrie, Matt Callio, and Sayesh Mehta. And on the ground here in Toronto at the Scotiabank Arena, it'll be crew chief is Sean Wright, number 4 in his 21st season out of New York, New York. His favorite TV show is Law & Order. He likes the movie Love Jones. He likes Michael Jackson. He read the book Crime and Punishment. His favorite meal is roasted chicken and veggies. His favorite app is his son's football team app. He'd most like to visit Greece. He'd like to fly a plane. And his hidden talent is chess. Yeah, Sean Wright. We've had Sean Wright a couple times already this year. I believe we've had him once. We've had him once this year, and we won the first game that he was here. Sean Wright made his debut as an NBA Finals official in 2021 when he worked Game 2 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. So he worked in that final series. Yeah, Sean is not a bad crew chief for us to have. We have had him one time this year already, and we won. Our winning percentage is 55% when Sean Wright is present as a referee. And the Lakers' winning percentage when Sean Wright is at the game is 49%. So 55 to 49 with the New York ref, Sean Wright. So, yeah, not a bad crew chief. The second ref tonight is going to be Pat Frayer. Pat Frayer was the referee. I believe he was our best ref last year. Was he not? He was either the best ref or he wasn't the best ref. I don't remember. But he's been a best ref in years past as far as being very kind to the Raptors. Number 25 in his 25th season out of St. Paul, Minnesota. His favorite TV show is Yellowstone. He likes the movie Caddyshack. He likes to listen to Billy Joel. His favorite book is Paper Tiger. His favorite meal is barbecue. Yeah. His favorite app is the NBA app, of course. He most like to visit Italy also. So these guys both want to go to Italy. Bucket list is to play at Augusta National. And his hidden talent is he can sleep anywhere. Yeah, Pat Frere. We have seen Pat Frere. Let me see how many times this year. Well, only once so far this year, and we did lose that game. So I think we saw him in one of those Texas games in the initial losing streak at the beginning of the year. Before joining the NBA, Pat Frere officiated 4 years in the WNBA and 7 years in the CBA. So yeah, Pat has been like, all right. I think what it is with Pat Frere is we've had him be like a really, really good ref for us. We're undefeated the whole year we had him in each game, like where we won 6 games that he ref that whole year. And then there was one year where we lost every game he ref. So he's kind of hot and cold. So far this year, we're losing with him, but hopefully we'll win tonight. We win 49% of our games historically with Pat. He is the worst ref today for the Raptors. And the Lakers, though, they only win 44%. So 49-44 for the Raptors with the second ref, Pat Frere. The third ref tonight is going to be a California guy from Pomona, California, 15th season, JT Orr, number 72. His favorite TV show is Curb Your Enthusiasm. He likes the movie Tombstone. His favorite musician is Pearl Jam with Eddie Vedder. His favorite book is The Outsiders. He likes biscuits and gravy. He plays Wordle every morning. He likes to visit the Glacier National Park. He'd like to start a dog rescue, and his hidden talent is impressionist painting. Yeah, JT Orr also worked 8 years as a high school referee in Southern California. He officiated state championship games in 2003 and 2004. We've had JT twice already this year, and both of those games were wins. So we're 2-0 this year with JT Orr as a referee in the game so far. And, we win 59% of our games when he's present. That's the highest percentage of the 3 refs. And the Lakers win 54%, which is their highest percentage also. So 59-54 for the for the Raptors, sorry, with JT Orr. So all 3 refs statistically favor the Toronto Raptors tonight in the game at Scotiabank Arena. Sean Wright, Pat Frere, and JT Orr. That's your crew for the Laker game. We had a 9:05 game last night, and Coach Andrew Jones and the 9:05 are perfect, 9-0 after last night. We're going to go to the stars of the game and go over the box score on the 9:05 game still on this chat. So first, let's get into the chat, and we'll talk to Trevor J first here. Commissioner of Fun, Trevor J, how are you doing today? Most of life's struggles begin in the mind. Negative thoughts and fear often lead to self-doubt and inaction. Train your mind to recognize and redirect those patterns. Don't let those thoughts control you. Yeah. I like the acronym FEAR. FEAR is false evidence appearing real. That's what you can say FEAR stands for. False evidence appearing real. There's a lot of psyops in this world right now, a lot of psyops. People are using AI. People are using algorithms. People are using all kinds of ways to feed your mind with bullshit. Trust me. X was the first one that changed when Elon bought Twitter and switched it over. He started feeding the algorithm with a lot of shit that he wants to feed people's brains and shape them. And now Zuckerberg's doing the same thing with Meta and Facebook and Instagram. So you guys need to be aware that the algorithms and the things that they're feeding you guys may be shaping your mind either politically or emotionally. And you need to be aware of this. Don't let them do that, because in some ways it's very super manipulative. It's like the new age of subliminal messages. And the more you're aware of how they may be trying to shape your perceptions and your beliefs, the more you can control and think for yourself. So I'd say that. But yeah, they may try and make you fearful and scared by things that they send and put in your news feed. So be very cognizant and aware of this phenomena, that there are people out there that will do you harm, that are trying to get in your head through your social media. Just so you know. Thank you for the words of wisdom, Trevor J. And I appreciate you, man, every single day. That's right. Trevor J saying that Jonathan Mobo developing a sweet left-handed floater, playing like Scotty in 9:05 with a 9-0 record. Yeah, Jonathan was extremely impressive last night. He had one of the most amazing first halves we've seen in a long time. The man had like 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 steals at halftime or something like that. It was crazy. He's definitely playing a lot like Scotty. as far as his role on the 905 team as just a glue guy who's doing all the different kinds of stats and winning plays to try and help the 905. And he is my number one star of the game for the 905's victory last night over Capital City Go-Go. Like I said, at halftime, Jonathan already had a badass stat line. He had 20 points at the half. He managed by the end 24 points on 12 of 17 shooting. That's part of it is he's shooting extremely well in his recent string of games. He did miss his only free throw attempt. 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover with 7 steals for the game also. 24 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 7 steals. Doesn't that sound like Scotty Barnes right there? That's pretty good. He was also a +7. So good job, Jonathan Mobo, star of the game last night. And he, in his interview after the game, he's very matter of fact. He's saying what we're doing down here is getting things done and getting better. And we're just sticking to how we do things as Raptors. And one of the reporter guys is like, I know you don't want to be down here and all this stuff, and trying to sully the whole 905 experience and put him down with it. And he's just saying stuff like, I trust, I have faith in God. I'm a believer in Jesus, and he's got everything worked out for me, and I'm not worried about anything. And, they don't try and put this on me. It's like, Trevor's words of wisdom. They try and put fear or anxiety or sadness on him because he's playing in the G League. No, he knows that he has trust in God and faith that he is exactly where he's supposed to be, and his path is fine. And that, whatever, you can act like, oh, you wouldn't want to be on G League. But, man, the Raptors 905 are 9-0, and there's a lot of pride in that. So why would they be upset about being an undefeated team? Don't put them down because they play in the G League. No. That's a professional league, and these guys are excelling in it as the best team in the G League. So, yeah, don't even put that on them, reporter. It's annoying. The second star of the game last night was the returning A.J. Lawson. We saw A.J. Lawson return to action for the 905 after missing a game. 29 minutes for A.J. on 25 points, 8 of 17 shooting. He was 2 of 7 at the three-point line and 3 of 3 at the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block, a +11. A.J. getting the interview after the game. And just, Lawson is just a very fast player. He's very good at converting baskets quickly to the basket, and he is going to get you steals and do other great defensive things. So kudos to Brampton's A.J. Lawson, once again, kicking some major butt, and 905 is a bunch of badasses. I'm sorry, man. 9-0, that's fantastic. That's so good. Andrew Jones, you're doing so well. Third star of the game last night, I'm going to give it to Jarkel Joyner, who was phenomenal off the bench. Really, really good. He was getting in his little scoring bag like he would for Skyhawks last year when he was the main focus and got most of the shots. Well, on this team, he's a bench player, and he's a very effective 6-man scorer for the 905, and they need him like this. 22 minutes for Jarkel, 16 points on 7-11 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3, missed his only free throw, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, a +8 for Jarkel Joyner. And I think he's really enjoying being on the 905. In his interview after the game, he felt a sense of pride with the Raptor way of doing things. So he's identifying himself as a Raptor, and this is the way we play as Raptors. So you go on, Joyner. You're awesome, man. You're awesome. I love you, Jarkel Joyner. You keep playing like you do, man. All right, the fourth star of the game last night, David Roddy. Very solid for me. He was a perfect 3 for 3 from the field in 20 minutes off the bench, 9 points. Made a three-pointer, made a free throw, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers and a block, a +7. David Roddy, just a great role player off the bench, bringing strength, size, and rebounding, and an occasional 3 here and there. So, yeah, good job, David Roddy. Pretty perfect game that you played there. And my 5th star and final star of this game is Julian Reese. The young Reese came in 15 minutes, 6 points, 3 of 3 from the field. Perfect also from the field, just like Roddy. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block, and a +14 for Juju Reese. So, yeah, there's honorable mentions. Of course, I'll give an honorable mention to Chucky and Elijah for the things that they do. They just didn't shoot totally well last night. Chucky, 27 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 8 from 3, 1 rebound, 8 assists with 1 turnover and 2 steals, a +10. And Elijah Martin, 26 minutes, 16 points, 4 of 12, 1 of 4 from 3, 4 of 4 at the free throw line, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and a block, and a -1. Olivier Sarr, 27 minutes, 4 points, 1 of 6 from the field, missed both his threes, made his free throw, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 blocks, a -3. And then we'll go over the rest of the guys from the bench. Quincy Guerrier getting back in the action after missing most of the season so far. 3 minutes for him, and he was a +3. AJ Hogarth got in right at the end and got a 3-pointer right at the end of the game. He did have a turnover also. Jaden Bediako also came in, the walk-on. He got a minute of play on a +2. Tyson Degenhart, 20 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 8 shooting, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal, a +21 for Tyson Degenhart. And then Tyreke Key, 18 minutes, 4 points, 2 of 5 from the field, missed all 3 of his threes, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block, a +14 for Tyreke Key. Great overall team effort by the Raptors 905. They were kind of hanging with them, the Capital City Go-Go, for a quarter, and that's it. And then 905 really kind of separated in the second quarter, and they kept that nice separation for the rest of the game, winning 123-104, pretty much a 20-point win for the Raptors 905. We'll go over the team stats in just a little bit. But yeah, really good job by Jonathan. And I think this has been so valuable. This summer, I was saying this, looking at the Raptors roster and how many people are on the Toronto Raptors, it's going to be hard for Jonathan Mobo and Jamison Battle to get a lot of minutes. And that's why I was thinking, yeah, Mobo is going to be on 905 a lot this year. And that's the best decision because he can continue to progress and get real quality, real-time time on the court instead of just sitting on the end of the bench getting DMPs with the Toronto Raptors. So it's a really good thing that he's down there. So, man, and he is improving. He's very much improving. He's been improving in his leadership and his aggression. And he's also, improving as far as like confidence. Let's just put it that way. There's confidence that he's getting more too from it. Let's see. Trevor's saying this, happy game day. Let's beat the Lakers tonight. For sure. For sure. You know, when we play the Lakers, it makes me think about that one game where LeBron threw the ball at Scottie when he was a rookie. And then it also makes me think about that complete crap game with Ben Taylor in LA, where the NBA decided we weren't allowed to beat the Lakers that particular day. They wanted to mess up our win streak at that time because we were doing really well with the spicy barbecue, and they screwed us over. And they basically decided we weren't going to win no matter what. And Darko said it after the end of the game. If you weren't going to let us win, why did we even show up for the game? You know, amazing speech. So, yeah, I think about those two things. You know, with Scott, maybe he's like leveled up as a player and a top defensive player and like just an all-around player that he needs to show LeBron what he's learned. That maybe he's coming in his game tonight and he's saying, hello, King James. I respect you and love you a lot as a player that I've looked up to as a kid. And, well, I've grown in the 5 years since you've seen me and the way you threw the ball at me in my face in the first game I ever played against you. Well, I'm going to show you where I've grown to from that game. And this is who I am now. That's what I'd like to see tonight. Give a little progress report, Scotty, to old LeBron James and show him just who you are as an NBA player and your power now. That's what I want to see tonight. Yeah, Trevor's saying Portland beat Cleveland and Dallas beat Miami last night. See, there you go. We beat the Trailblazers one night, and they go on a back-to-back, and they go to Cleveland, and they beat the Cavaliers the next night. Woo-wee, just more proof that the Raptors are a better team than the Cleveland Cavaliers this year. Our record against them shows it. And, well, Portland beating them and not beating us shows it also. So that's interesting right there. Isaac Campbell's here. Game-winning blocks are becoming the new cool kid. The new cool kid. Okay, I like that. On the block. Okay, on the block, the new cool kid on the block is the kid that makes the block at the end of the game block. Let's have a block party. Why not? Yeah, I like that, Isaac. Yeah. I like that signature. Scott, do you want to do a signature finishing move as the block on the superstar trying to even the game from the other team and you just block them? That's awesome. I love that. Let's do it. Kareem Thomas is in the house. No Yak, no RJ. This might be a good opportunity to start Mamu or CMB. Yeah, that's what I'm speculating, that it'll be one of those two guys stepping into the lineup to go up against LeBron and Ayton with Scotty Barnes. And yeah, I think it's very highly likely that we might give the rookie the start tonight because that might be fun for him. Here, Colin, you get to start across from LeBron James. LeBron James is your starting assignment, Colin Murray Boyles. Go out there and strong arm him, hold him down, show him your rookie strength is crazy off the charts for who you are already as a South Carolina guy just came in. Yeah, I'd love to see that. And Scotty, you get to play DeAndre Ayton. Don't you remember him? That one game against the Suns where Scotty got right in DeAndre's face. That was awesome. Yeah, maybe that's what it's going to be. I think you're right. It's either going to be Colin or Sandro. I could see either one of those. Black Mama's here. Bronny, fire, fire. Let's go. Yeah. Bronny James, are you going to be starting for Luka tonight? That would be fun. Maybe the Raptors fans that are Laker fans come to the arena and they're like, we want Bronny. We want Bronny. And Bronny starts the game with his dad in Toronto against the Raptors because Luka is out. So Bronny, you gonna be playing tonight? You gonna be starting for the Lakers tonight? Maybe we'll see some Bronny James in the starting lineup. We'll have to see. Raptor Street, love. All right, I appreciate it, Black Mamba. Always been happy to see you lately in the chat. Your contributions are very valued, and I appreciate you. Nako saying this: please start point guard IQ, shooting guard Jacoby, small forward BI, power forward Scotty, and center CMB. No, you can't do that, man. No, you can't do that. CMB's got to be the 4, and Scotty is the 5. You got to earn that 5 big man strength position. And even though Colin Murray Boyles may someday be a small man, Chuck Hayes kind of center, he's not ready for it yet. He doesn't have the aptitude. First, he's got to handle the 4 before he can take the 5. So Scotty can handle the 5 now. He's proven it. But I would say the same thing about Scotty a year ago. It's like, no, you don't want to put Scotty at the 5. He can't handle the 5. You put him at the 4. Well, I'm saying about Colin right now. Colin's getting that right now. That's right. Nako's saying the Lakers need Luka. I'm honestly more worried about the Hornets. Look at that. So he's like, Darko, he sees what Darko's doing with Yak, and he's like, well, I can understand why he's benching Yak against the Lakers because I'm more worried about the Hornets. Well, I want to say this. The Hornets snuck one from us last week, and I think that everybody on the team is pissed off about the way they lost to Charlotte and they lost their win streak last Saturday night. That bullshit with Mark Davis in the overtime, and it should never happen that way. Scotty said in an interview in the last couple of days that they should never have lost that Charlotte game. So I have a feeling that these guys are going to really want to kick the shit out of the Hornets on Friday night. But first, the Lakers. We can't get ahead of things. And trust me, they got some receipts and payback for the Hornets for Friday night. Trust me, because of that game last Saturday. Fuck that game last Saturday. We got to get them back for that. That's right. The Hornets are interesting. They're dangerous, but we'll have to see who the ref crew is tomorrow. That may depend on how dangerous they are. They were way more dangerous with C.J. Washington and Mark Davis running around. Let's just put it that way. They're way more dangerous then. Let's see. Black Mamba saying this. Keys to Raptors victory: pursuit, run, and push. Everything is up tempo. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Some teams have been successful at slowing us down, like the Knicks did last Sunday. And it's annoying. And we thrive when the game is upbeat and we're really going up and down the court because the transition baskets are free flowing and we've got great finishers in transition that can get a lot of baskets. We missed this aspect with RJ being out. And, we just need to push that tempo. We need to get in their faces. We need to be annoying to them. We need to try and steal the ball, Jamal Shed and Emmanuel Quickly. And who knows? We'll just have to see. Up-tempo game is the right way to play. And we'll just have to see how it goes. The Lakers, I'm excited to see how y'all play tonight and see what the challenge will be with you guys. That's right. With no Luka, that makes it a lot easier. He's really the headache, the biggest headache on the Lakers right now is Luka, for sure. For sure. Yeah, let's see. Black Mama's saying barbecue chicken. That's right. Pat Frere loves the barbecue. So come on in. We got barbecue except for Barrett's out right now. We got a replacement in the ingredients. And right now it's Barnes, Brandon, and Quickly barbecue right now. So the Barrett component is on the shelf for the moment right now. That's right. Smooth's here. Good to see Reggie. Looks like Giannis trade stuff is picking up serious steam. A lot of insiders saying it's real. Yeah. Yeah, because he said he made overtures this summer that if it feels like the Bucks are spinning their wheels and they're not improving and they're not getting anywhere. And he's been through so much with that franchise. He does want to probably leave, even though he's been also publicly saying he doesn't. And he's loyal to the Bucks too. He's kind of two-faced with the two different things he's saying. I don't know if it's coming from him or it's coming from the NBA in general that they want to see this get dislodged and it come to on the Milwaukee Bucks. Because you go to ESPN's front page right now, and it's like there's two articles right on the NBA page right away. These 5 Giannis blockbusters would rock the NBA title race. And then it's Winders saying, will Giannis demand a trade from the Bucks? See, they're not even saying that he is. It's just they're asking, will he do it? Like, it's such speculative crap. And in some ways, it's not fair to Bucks fans. It's not fair to Giannis. If he's deciding to do this stuff and this stuff happens, then it's like it just happens. But they've got like 4 articles on ESPN's NBA page all about this subject, and they are inflaming it. They are inflaming it. Maybe they're testing the waters for my theory this week. You know, Luka's not playing tonight. The whole thing that happened last Christmas with Luka getting traded to the Lakers shook up the league. And, well, maybe the NBA liked that feel of a mid-season trade of a huge player in the league, and they're looking to move Giannis that way. And maybe Giannis doesn't really want to move. Maybe the Bucks don't really want to trade him, but the league and the media and ESPN are putting pressure on them to do this. Could that be the truth? Probably. That could be the truth too. The Giannis saying to ask him for all this speculation, it's annoying. And the only reason why they can do it is because the Bucks are a 500 team that aren't really that good. And that's it right there. Yeah, facts. Nagostin, I don't think the Bucks are getting a better offer than from the Spurs. I mean, I could look at this. I don't really want to make this a Giannis stream because it's kind of stupid. And this isn't really Raptors subject right here. But yeah, they're saying that there's did they come up with trades? No, I don't even care. Oh, here they are. They got a trade to the Hawks, where the Hawks would trade Trae Young and Zachariah Risache for Cole Anthony and Giannis. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. There's one for Houston, where the Houston Rockets would get the Antetokounmpo brothers, both of them, and the Bucks would get Alperen Sengun and Fred VanVleet, along with a first-round pick. So you like that, Adriana? They trade Fred VanVleet to the Bucks for from Houston.
I don't know. I love Freddie no matter what.
Yeah, okay. New York trade is New York gets Giannis and Jericho Sims back because he was on the Knicks. And the Bucks get Karl Anthony Towns, Pacome Dadier, and Tyler Kolek, and then a ton of picks too. And then the Spurs one, you're saying the one that you think is the best is the Spurs one, is Giannis straight up to the Spurs, and that's it. And the Bucks would get Stephon Castle, Harrison Barnes, Jordan McLaughlin, and our Captain Canada, Kelly Olynyk, with some trades there also. So Giannis would be playing with Victor. They even have a Golden State trade. The Antetokounmpo brothers to Golden State for Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, and Buddy Hield, and like 4 first-round picks. That is insane. That is insane. Yeah, this is crazy. This is all fan fiction crap. In some ways, this is like, first of all, the Bucks are not trying to trade him. I bet you money that Giannis, in some ways, is not ready to get traded in the middle of the season. If he is going to move, he'll do it in the offseason because it's disruptive to do it in the middle of the season. And he's probably not about getting a mid-season trade. If he wants to move on from the Bucks, I'll bet you he'll do it in the offseason, guys. That's my speculative, informed opinion on this. That's what I say right there. Smooth saying this, it's being reported that the Bucks will not engage a league-wide pursuit of a trade. They will honor the wishes of Giannis where he wants to play and work with the teams that facilitate a trade. Yeah, hello, New York Knicks, get it done. Well, that's even if he wants to go right now, which I don't know, man. Once again, I feel like a lot of this is manufactured by the NBA media machine and trying to push something into reality that they want that it may not actually be true. Trevor J is saying that Bobby Webster was at Paramount Five Food Center at the Raptors 905 game, and he did a little interview with Lindsey Dunn in the middle of the game. It was good to see Bobby. I'm sure Bobby's doing good. I wanted her to ask him, what are you going to do to get a big for the Raptors? I was like, wrote it in the chat. I'm like, ask Bobby when he's going to get an extra big for the Raptors. When's he going to fill in that extra roster spot that's open right now? I wanted her to ask him that, but she didn't ask any of those questions. But yeah, good to see Bobby Webster down there. He's touting Jonathan Mobo and the system down in 905 and how it helps the Raptors and all the good things that are happening. Talked about Elijah Martin a bit too. But always good to see the general manager and head of basketball operations for the Toronto Raptors, Bobby Webster, at the 9:05 game doing an interview there. Yeah, Shaq Lindsay's in the house. Good to see member of the channel, Shaq Lindsay. New York thinks they are getting Giannis. The Bucks want picks and alpha stars to run their offense. OG or Towns aren't alpha, and New York picks aren't appealing. Yeah. Well, once again, this is too much trade speculation, and I don't even care until something happens with all this. I know maybe you guys are getting excited about it. I don't. I don't get excited about this kind of stuff. I really don't. If Giannis gets moved, that's great, because in some ways, look, I don't want him to get moved for the people of Milwaukee. Seriously, I don't want the people of Milwaukee to feel like the people of Dallas do. I really don't. I think that in some ways it would be nice if Giannis stays true and just sticks with his team. He's won a championship with them. I feel like in some ways it's not really that he wants to leave Milwaukee. It's that the NBA wants him to leave Milwaukee so they can better advertise him and promote him on a bigger team than Milwaukee. And in some ways, I'd rather Giannis say, fuck you, NBA, fuck you, Adam Silver. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to play my whole entire career with Milwaukee, and y'all aren't going to get what you want. That's what I'd like to happen. Because in some ways, this is mirroring something like what would happen with us. Like, say we did have Giannis in Toronto. They do the same damn shit to us. So I'm like, if we were Raptors fans and all the ESPN front page was just talking about Giannis wants to leave Toronto, Giannis was leaving Toronto, we'd be pissed off right now, right? So let's put ourselves in the place of the Milwaukee Bucks nation and understand how much bullshit this NBA fabricated speculation about Giannis and the trades is, and how they're manufacturing it and trying to push for it. Because I'm not for this. And if Giannis is like, he could have been like Lillard, and maybe he should learn from Lillard in the 2 years that he came there. It's like, man, I should have never came here from Portland, guys. I realized I shouldn't have came here, Giannis. And I'm sorry that I can't be here anymore. And maybe Giannis needs to look at Dame Lillard and what happened with him leaving Portland and realize, fuck this. I love Milwaukee. I love the people here. I love that this city has built something around me and their economic hub because of me. And this has always been home. I've been here for so long. He needs to start thinking this. I don't think he needs to ring chase another ring. In some ways, he can do whatever he wants for the rest of his career. He's going to be one of the greatest anyway. So it's the NBA trying to fucking push this. I'm telling you right now. It's not. I bet you it's not even the Bucks or Giannis. I'm telling you right now. Black Mama's thumbs up. Piece for AJ Lawson. That's right. Let's go, AJ. That's right. James is saying Spurs going to be scary with Giannis and Wemby if it happens. Yeah, if it happens, I don't know if it will. And who's to say that that's on his list of teams that he would want to go to? Once again, way too much speculation about a player that's not even on our team, guys. And you guys look like you're all writing just about Giannis today. Is this going to be the Giannis show, guys? Let's talk Raptors. Come on now. Troy Henry's here. Good to see Troy Henry. Let's see. Wait, Kareem's saying if Giannis gets traded to the Western Conference, Raptors will win the East for the rest of this decade. I like that comment. That's fine. Troy Henry saying this, morning, gang. Time to shut up those haters who said we're fried when it's time to play teams from the Western. Let's cook later, Raptors. That's right. Well, we beat the Trailblazers. Now we got to play the Lakers. And the Lakers are near the top of the Western Conference and a similar record to ours. And, well, we need to kick their ass and prove that we can beat all teams in this league, not just shitty Eastern ones, not just good Eastern ones, but Western teams too. And that's what we got to do tonight. Troy Henry, salute. I like that. I like that comment a lot. Nago saying if you get rid of Cat and OG, you're looking a little thin depth-wise. I don't care about New York's problems. Once again, we're speculating on stuff, and this is not the turn that I want this channel to go into. Is Giannis speculation? You know what? Let's curb this shit. You guys, we're not talking about speculation. If a trade happens with him, if something happens with him, we'll talk about it then. But let's know the difference. And I ain't get caught up in this bullshit hype. And in some ways, I wish you guys had not introduced it this morning. That's right. I do hope he's a Knick. I really hope so. I don't care where he goes. If he goes to New York, it'll screw up. Once again, it'll be a situation of fool's gold. All the Knicks fans will think, oh, we're going to win for sure now that we got us. It won't work. In some ways, it'll partly be because the New York market sucks. And Giannis will hate it. He will hate playing for the Knicks. I'm going to tell you that right now because he's a family man. He's a private guy. He's has a way of doing things, and in some ways, Milwaukee's been much better for him in that way. And New York and their toxic shit with their press and their fans will not be cool for him. And he will be like, "This is not like Milwaukee. These people are assholes, and I don't really like playing for them." So I'll tell you, that's the story will get happen with the fool's gold of getting Antetokounmpo to come there. And once again, the Knicks keep building stuff with certain players, and then they scrap it for the shiny new thing that's just in their periphery because they have ADHD as a franchise in the front office, that they'll continue to fuck up their progress to get anywhere closer to the championship because they keep switching so often. Whether it's switching this to that every single year, and they won't ever get anywhere. It's a fool's gold. That move is a fool's gold. Just like I think Luka to the Lakers is a fool's gold too, guys. I don't think they're going to win a championship with Luka Doncic in LA. Nope. And if Giannis goes to the Knicks, I don't expect them to win a championship either. Just because a name comes to a market doesn't mean that magically makes Larry O'Brien's appear. So, yeah, I'm going to say that right there. Right there. Shaq Lindsay saying this: OKC and Spurs have the best package, but does Giannis want to go there? I can see a scenario where a disgruntled superstar forces his way out and team won't, and to a team he wants to go to. Example, Jimmy Butler. I don't see Giannis wanting to leave. I think that they're making up a bunch of bullshit, guys. Because publicly, I've seen him in an interview out of his own 2 words this summer. He said, I like Milwaukee. I'm not trying to leave Milwaukee, guys. I'm not trying to leave Milwaukee. All right, no more Giannis talk. If you guys have any more Giannis comments, just scrap them. Seriously. Isaac saying, about time Giannis gets traded. Also, I could care less unless it rips apart the Knicks and Lakers fan bases, thinking they can buy their way to the top. Exactly. I'm with Isaac. Exactly. He just hit the nail on the head with my point of view on this thing. If it messes up those teams to go there, go ahead. Go ahead. And Smooth saying Giannis wants to be in a media market, a big market. That's what's being reported, at least. That's just reported. It's speculation. I don't know if that's true. Why would he want to do that? I don't think he's like that. That sounds like they want him to be in a bigger market. It's not Giannis wants them to be in a bigger market. It's the NBA wants him to be in a bigger market. Man, I don't believe any of this speculation in the reports. Seriously. At this day and age, they're just making up shit at this point. We know this, guys. Shaq Lindsay saying, don't be surprised if they put Jalen Brunson out there in a package for Giannis. I don't care. Once again, no more speculation on this shit, guys. Seriously, if y'all have more comments like this all the way through the chat, get rid of them now. Cut them out. If the word Giannis, I might have to ban the word Giannis if this is going to be how this is going to be for like a month now, guys. Seriously, because I don't want to keep doing this every day. If somebody's going to come in and say Giannis this, Giannis that every single day for the next couple of weeks, fuck that. I don't want this on the stream, guys. We are a Raptors channel, and we are not here to speculate on Giannis Antetokounmpo, guys. Seriously, fuck all this shit. Kareem saying this: I hope Drake shows up to the game. Backstory: LeBron was also Drake's friend, and he was at Kendrick Lamar's cookout. Drake also removed his LBJ tattoos. Scotty better fastball the ball to LeBron's head. Once again, I'm not on Drake's side in this whole thing because he's an idiot and he went against DeMar. So whatever Drake's personal problems with people are, that's his own damn problem because he's just a sorry-ass piece of shit. And he needs to just get over himself. If he isn't a pedophile, he shouldn't be upset about all this. So he needs to just kind of chill out and let this shit die down. And if he comes to the game tonight and there is a problem with him and LeBron and he's just trying to get headlines or sell records because he wants publicity, well, that's his own damn fault. That's what I say to that. I don't like Kendrick any more than LeBron either, but I do respect Kendrick because he actually makes music that matters. And Drake just makes samba music for elevators that are about unrequited love or some bullshit. I don't even know what he's doing. In some ways, let's sing about politics. Let's sing about social issues. Let's sing about the destruction of the United States. And Kendrick Lamar is covering that a little bit better. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. Black Mama's saying this. Colin Murray Boyles is going to neutralize Ayton. This needs to be Colin's masterclass performance. He's smart, long, and quick feet. He can beat Ayton to the consistently. I'd love to see this. I don't know if he's ready for that size. In some ways, I want to see him guard LeBron. Like, seriously, think about that. Like, that's a dream for a kid. And who knows how long LeBron's going to be in the league. Like I said, this could be the last time he comes to Toronto. And Colin Murray Boyles, you're starting. And guess who you get to guard first? And Scotty, you got to guard Ayton. You're guarding Ayton because you're the biggest guy. And Colin, you're going to guard LeBron tonight. And go show him, show how strong you are. And, LeBron's going to be kind of lazy. So in some ways, you should be able to guard him pretty good. I think that could happen that way right there. Yeah, because LeBron, in some ways, he's older. In some ways, you got to respect him on offense, but the other way, he's kind of taking time off when it's defense side. I like what you're saying, Black Mamba. I'd love to see calling against LeBron, though. I want to see that. That would be fun. Nako's saying if the Heat can keep Norm and Bam, make him a Heat. Who? What? Stop talking about Giannis. Who gives a shit about it? All right. Trevor's saying this. The Sixers got a $100,000 fine for sitting Joel. Yeah, they've gotten fined twice now this season for inappropriate injury reporting. And one of them was they sat too many guys for a game. And then this one was they said Joel was not going to play in the injury report earlier in the day, and then he played later. I mean, with Joel, I guess it is a minute-by-minute basis on whether he's ready to play or not. But I would chalk this up to Nick Nurse shenanigans, kind of messing around with people, saying, "Oh, he isn't going to play." That's dirty pool. Like if they were playing us and they told us all morning Joel's not going to play, and then he suited up and played that night, I think people would be mad, right? Because in some ways you game plan for who you have to face, and that's why this is a very serious thing, and that's why Daryl Morey and them are going to get fined $100,000. That's right. RJ Phillips, Randolph Phillips is in the house. Good morning to Randolph. Blessings, beloved Raptors freaks family on this game day. Winning is the main goal. Growth and development are key ingredients for achieving success. This is true. This is true. You can't win them all, but if you're not winning, you might as well win with growth and development and getting better. And, some of the games that the Raptors lost last weekend, the 2 games, were both growth games about learning. And the Saturday game was a growth game, learning about how the refs and how you don't want to mess around and get in overtime on the road because you'd much rather just finish the game when you can. And every free throw counts. Every possession counts. Your shot selection counts because it can all add up to a little bit of the difference at the end of the game. And that's the difference between going to overtime and not going to overtime. And not having to deal with a home team on the road like that. So there's development and growth, even in the losses. In the New York game, there was development and growth in that one, too, on Sunday. That's right. Trucker Kaz is in the house. Good morning, everyone. From what I've heard, Giannis does not want to go to a Western Conference. I believe Luka is out against us because of the birth of his second child. That's why he's out, because there's a baby coming. Okay. I thought it was just because he likes Darko. Nago saying this, you convinced me on the Houston trade. All right, I'm not even going there. I don't think Giannis would work on the Knicks without Jalen Brunson, in my opinion. Yeah, once again. But hey, this is probably an off-season thing. The NBA will force the trade this Christmas like they did Luka. If they feel like it, we'll have to see. And it could be very convoluted and weird and totally fishy, just like the Luka trade, if we see Giannis get traded around Christmas, guys. And I'll say this is some sort of weird Adam Silver midseason. I'm going to make a blockbuster trade to shake up the NBA, make it fresh, because I want to make the ratings get an artificial bump in the middle of the season, because that's kind of why the Luka thing happened last year, right? So if he saw success with that or perceived success with what he did with the Luka trade and forcing Nico to do that fucked up shit, well, he might force another trade this time. We're not doing calls today, guys. Seymour, all right. I'll do it because it's Seymour. We'll do Seymour real quick. Seymour's got that special list. All right, Seymour, we weren't doing a call today, but we'll do 4 quarters real quick with you. What's going on today, man?
I got one question for you.
Sure, man.
A lot of players that are retired and they got sons playing in the league now, right?
Okay.
They put out a theory, how come their sons can't produce like the way the father did? And it's a lot of like underachieving second generation players coming into the league. Now, there was a theory that was put out and I want your take on it.
Okay.
Somebody said it's because these guys that are in the league are hooking up with nothing but Instagram models and stuff and spending money, instead of when they came up with a woman